I am not just a prince, gift. I am the most important person in this village. I will be king one day, and I want you to be by my side. Gift, wise and kind, saw the arrogance in Eric's eyes. I belong to the river, she said. I cannot leave my people. Once upon a time, in a beautiful village by the river in Igbo land, there lived a young prince named Eric. He was the only son of King Oji, a wise and kind ruler, loved by all. King Oji always told Eric, "A king must have a heart full of kindness. If you want to rule, you must be fair and listen to the people." But Eric didn't care about his father's advice. He was cruel, arrogant, and cared only about himself. He had no respect for the elders. He saw the villagers as nothing more than his servants. On market days, Prince Eric would storm into the village square with his guards, forcefully taking whatever he wanted from the traders. If anyone dared to complain, he would threaten to destroy the rest of their goods. He believed he was the greatest, and that everyone should bow before him. One day, while sailing on the river, Eric noticed something shiny in the water. As he rowed closer, he saw a stunning creature, a mermaid named Gift. Her long glowing hair shimmered like the stars, and her eyes sparkled like diamonds. She was as gentle as the flowing river. Gift looked at Eric and asked softly, "Prince Eric, why are you alone on the river today?" Eric smirked. "I am not just a prince, Gift. I am the most important person in this village. I will be king one day, and I want you to be by my side." Gift, wise and kind, saw the arrogance in Eric's eyes. "I belong to the river," she said. "I cannot leave my people." But Eric didn't listen. He promised her wealth, power, and anything she desired if she stayed with him. Gift hesitated but agreed, hoping she could teach him kindness. Prince Eric took her home, and their courtship began. As time passed, Gift became pregnant. The villagers whispered about the baby, believing he would be special. But when she told Eric, he was furious. "I don't want a child," he yelled. "Get rid of it. I am not ready to be a father, especially not to your child." Gift was heartbroken. Deep down, she knew the baby boy she carried, Chijioke, was destined for greatness. The gods had spoken to her. This child will be king, not Eric. He will rule with wisdom and kindness, like the river itself. Fearing for her child's safety, Gift fled back to the river, where she gave birth. When the time was right, she returned to the palace and handed the baby to King Oji, Eric's father. King Oji welcomed Chijioke with open arms, but Eric was furious. His father's attention was now on the baby, and jealousy consumed him. Blinded by rage, Eric came up with a terrible plan. He gathered his most ruthless friends and ordered them, "Take my son deep into the forest and leave him there. Let the wild animals finish him off. Once he is gone, my father and the villagers will focus back on me. His men obeyed, abandoning little Chijioke in the heart of the forest. But the gods were watching. The spirits of the land protected Chijioke, guiding him back to the village, where the people had never stopped hoping for his return. When the villagers found him, they rejoiced. Soon, the village's chief priest, Nwokem, gathered the people. His voice boomed through the square. Prince Eric has committed an abomination. He tried to destroy his own son because of his wicked heart. The gods are angry, and they have made their decision. The crowd gasped in shock. Chijioke, the boy of the river, is the true king. Eric will never sit on the throne, for he has been judged unworthy. Eric, hearing these words, stormed into the village square, his face red with rage. "What do you mean? I am the prince. I am the rightful king," he shouted. But Nwokem stood firm. "You have been cruel to the people. You have no kindness in your heart. The gods have turned their backs on you, and the throne will go to Chijioke." Eric's anger turned into despair. Deep down, he knew it was true. His own actions had sealed his fate. As weeks turned into months and months into years, soon Chijioke became 12 years of age. The village flourished under Chijioke's presence. The river became calm and clear, the crops grew taller, and peace spread across the land. Meanwhile, Eric's jealousy consumed him. He would lock himself in his room, screaming at the walls. "Why? Why is this happening to me?" Then, one night, he had a dream. The gods appeared before him, their faces filled with sorrow. "Eric," they said, their voices like thunder, "your heart is full of darkness. You have lost your destiny." He woke up trembling, drenched in sweat. He had been warned, but it was too late. The villagers no longer respect him. They turned to Chijioke, who had only shown them love and kindness. King Oji eventually fell ill and passed away. The villagers mourned him deeply, for he had been a noble and just ruler. At just 12 years old, Chijioke took the throne, just as the gods had foretold. He ruled with wisdom and fairness, always listening to his people. Under his reign, the village prospered. As for Eric, he lost everything. He wandered the land, forgotten and alone. His cruelty had stolen his destiny. Even the earth, the river, and the trees seemed to turn their backs on him. But Chijioke sat on the throne, a true king chosen by the gods. His name was celebrated, while Eric's was spoken only as a warning. A lesson that power is not taken through cruelty but earned through kindness, respect, and a good heart.